getting warm, it's getting warmer, it's getting closer to the answer. I was working on my grammar, I was driving in my Chevy. It was fast, but not the fastest. I was listening to Cactus, and you really gotta practice if you wanna get that heavy.
Joel Plaskett has been gracing the stages of cities all across Canada with his trademark East Coast indie style. The Nova Scotia native recently made a stop in Kelowna as part of his West Coast tour, and he spoke to us about his latest album, Scrappy Happiness.
Me and my band, The Emergency, we recorded it 10 songs in 10 weeks, one song a week for 10 weeks, and we had a deadline at the end of every week where we had to deliver it and it would be released. So it came out as fast, in as close to real time as it could, you know? And so I think it's different from my other records in the sense that I really had to let go of things.
With only 1 week to bang out the tunes, Plaskett was forced to challenge himself and embrace any imperfections. And while he admits there are some things he would change looking back on the album now, he said he has no regrets with the way it all turned out.
Hearing mistakes and having things that feel real. I always found, like as a teenager, even listening to music, whether it was classic rock or punk rock records that I loved, computers are really heavily involved. Auto-tuning, time correction, all sorts of things that the listener's not even really aware of. But as a musician, for me, I find a lot of stuff sounds the same and is really actually very perfectly played. And therefore it doesn't feel like it was played, it feels like it was programmed. And so I wanted to make a record that kind of flew in the face of that a little bit.
I met you by the third floor window. I was acting like a high school flirt. You were putting on my makeup. I was looking down your shirt.
Plaskett has been a prominent fixture in the East Coast indie scene. He's had a loyal fan base, which can even be described as a cult-like following amongst fans all across Canada.
Connecting all the pretty dots.
He first received acclaim as a member of the alternative rock band Thrush Hermit until its breakup in 1989. He then went solo, but it was when he hooked up with his current backup band The Emergency when he received widespread commercial appeal. But despite his rising fame and success, Plaskett said it's not something he's necessarily chasing.
I'm not seeking fame. I don't really have any desire to be famous. I like making music and making a go of it, and I like reaching more people. So in that respect, yes, I love getting out and having more people come to the show. It brings a new energy. It's not with the idea of being famous, which to me seems a bit like prison.
And while it wasn't quite like being in prison, Plaskett has had some tough gigs early on in his career, including right here in Kelowna. In fact, it was so memorable, the 37-year-old felt inclined to write a verse about his experience in one of his more popular songs, Love This Town.
Oh, 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 I'm yours.
In the 90s, I had a pretty hard gig here where someone was very rude to me after the show. So I thought I was going to get him back and in the song. But I will say this, it's, when I say it's, that town is not this town, because I've come to Kelowna since a few times in the past few years and had really great shows here and had a wonderful time. But I still sing the song with, my tongue in my cheek. And it's fun. No more to say.
You can hear plenty more from this lyrical songwriter and musician as he tours the East Coast later this year. You can also check out his website at joelplaskett.com. In Kelowna, for Go Okanagan, I'm Marianne Okel.
This song's called